Today, we're going to ask a simple question. Is abortion wrong? To answer this question without all the emotion that usually surrounds it, we need to approach it logically. So we're going to do this today through a syllogism. This is how it works. We state two premises. If they're correct, then the third statement will necessarily be true. Here it is. Number one, abortion terminates an innocent human life. Number two, it is wrong to terminate an innocent human life. If those are correct, then number three follows, which is abortion is wrong. So in this first video, we're going to consider premise number one. Abortion terminates an innocent human life. Is that true? There are many things we could say about that statement, but the most important concerns the word life. Is a fetus alive? If you look up the definition of life in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, you'll find these definitions among others. The quality that distinguishes a vital and functional being from a dead body, or an organismic state characterized by capacity for metabolism, growth, reaction to stimuli, and reproduction. So, if we want to know if something is alive, we need to find out if it's different than something dead, and if it has a capacity for growth and reaction to its surroundings. A baby is usually born in about the 9th month of gestation. Most of us wouldn't argue that a baby, when it's born, is alive. But the question is, when did it become alive? The moment it came out of the birth canal? If so, then the definition of her life would have to be relocation just a few inches from the birth canal to outside the mother. That's not very scientific. So obviously life doesn't begin in the 9th month. How about the 8th month? During this month, the baby is almost completely formed. Nothing really happens there that indicates the beginning of life, so we have to back up to the 7th month. In the 7th month, the baby's hearing develops and the baby responds more frequently to stimuli such as sound, pain, and light. Obviously, there's life at that point, so maybe something happens in month 6 to cause life. In month 6, the baby's veins become visible and finger and toe prints are distinguishable. The eyes also open and the baby responds to sound. It sure seems to be alive at this point, so maybe we need to go back to month 5. In month 5, the baby begins to move and hair begins to grow. Because we don't usually find hair growing on a dead person, we know at this point the baby is alive. In month 4, the eyelids, eyebrows, eyelashes, nails, and hair are formed. Reproductive organs are developed, so we can even do an ultrasound to find out the gender. So far, we've seen nothing to indicate that at any point the baby was not alive and now is. So maybe the magic happens in month 3. In month 3, the arms, hands, fingers, feet, and toes are fully formed. The baby can open and close its mouth. All the organs are present and will continue to mature as time goes on. The circulatory and urinary systems are all working. Yes, the baby is alive in month 3, so we have to go back to month 2. In month 2, the baby's facial features continue to develop, the brain and spinal cord are formed, a heartbeat can even be detected. Now that's important. One of the first things we do if we walk into a room and find someone lying there is we check for a heartbeat. We all know that a heartbeat shows that a person is alive. We can't disregard common sense just because the person is still inside the uterus. So we come all the way back to the 1st month of gestation. The fertilized egg is growing at this point. Remember, the ability to grow is one of the definitions of life. A face starts to develop on the baby and circulation begins. Although the baby's only about a 1/4 inch long at this time, the heart starts to beat. So even in the 1st month, we have something growing with a heartbeat. There's nothing in this whole gestational process that we can point to and say, there was no life here, but now there is, unless we go all the way back to the fertilization of the egg that we call conception. What is inside the mother is a human being. To end its life is to terminate the life of an innocent human being. Now there's another issue that we need to deal with before moving on to premise number 2, and that is the argument that we can destroy the fetus because while it's still in the mother, it's not viable, meaning it can't survive on its own. In the next video, we'll answer that question. Then in the 3rd video, we'll look at premise number 2, that it's wrong to terminate an innocent human life.